go. We got Simulator Sundays kicking off right here, July 20th, 2025. Local weather in the Inland Empire, 96 degrees. It says here in LA it's like 84, and that could be. We are in Malabar, so we're close to Long Beach. But the heat's coming. We got one more week left in July. We're going into the hottest month of August. Things are definitely going to heat up in SoCal. But we're working Malabar today. A supply train just arrived the other day down into LAJ to the sea yard. And somebody transferred it over here. I didn't even look to see who did it, but thank you. Keeping the supplies going. The outbounds have been, well, let's take a look here. I think the outbounds have mostly, oh, I gotta push this. Yeah, so the outbounds have been removed. So all we have is the supplies here. I have not looked too deeply to see where the I saw one car over here, like this one, and it's going to San Diego anyway, so you know it can stay there. I was missing a locomotive, so one of the power units was missing, so I spawned it down here for the 0122 local. Hagen's in chat. He was the first one here today. If you want to do trains all day, I mean, kind of like a long time, all day long. Some of the day long is okay. So I'm not, it looks like everything's been picked up. For those of you that want to get into the locals, in the description of this live stream here, I did mention that this Malabar, so this is in LA, it's part of the San Bernardino sub. So if we get over to our map, which is this one, so it's the BNSF NUP San Bernardino subs. It's split here on the map. So below here is San Bernardino, up here is UP. And if I hit tab to zoom in, you can of course hit control tab to zoom out. Control tab to zoom in, we'll get to the BNSF information. This is a custom screen here. I took the default one and I added some of this information on here. So where it says in the orange or the yellow, if it's UP, I put in the radio channels. I put in where the yard, kind of the exits are, or where they're at in relation to the main line here. So it is in the dispatcher, what is that, on the Discord channel, the dispatcher text channel. It's up a little bit because it's been a few months ago I put it there. But it is, there is a ping that you can download for the San Bernardino sub. Somebody else had done them before for the other subs. I don't do a lot with those. Let me see if I even have anything. So F3, so that's default. So yeah, it doesn't look like I have anything custom for these other ones because, you know, I predominantly do this one here. So yeah, so if you are interested in getting that, so you can see here, here's the UP stuff. So there's like LATC, CI, the radio channels, because on the Depot Plus map, or the Depot map I should say, they don't have the radio channels listed on the PDF map, which is this guy right here. So they don't have it listed on there, so I put them in myself. Really wish Ron 8 would fix this section of track here. Streeter, it goes around UCR, or not UCR, RCC, which is Riverside Community College, right here at Streeter. Comes around, it comes back through Ontario. This is where a lot of the autorack stuff. There's a auto rack or auto unloading yard, not the same one that we're used to over on the Cajon sub, which is the the GM, General Motors plant. I think there's all kinds of Toyota and all these other ones that get serviced. They get unloaded. Different companies get delivered to all the auto centers in the Inland Empire. I believe. So, let me make sure. Okay, so everything's on. We are. Well, I didn't show you. So here's the normal LAC. The LAJ C yard is here. LAJ A and B come off CP Riddle here. So basically come in. So LAJ A and B is pretty much here. And you got to kind of go back over here to the C yard. So that supply train gets dropped off here. They cut loose the cars that are for C, and then they pull it forward to A, and then tuck the locomotives away. So then we can sort them over here in A. C, we can sort C as well. But with the C yard stuff, actually, no, I take that back. The Malabar stuff gets dropped off here. A, B, and the 2271, 2281, and 3351 locals, they get taken all the way to A yard. And then we sort them there and bring them back, kind of thing. But there is a engine here, a set of power here that come down BNSF main 2 and go in the yard, pick them up, and then bring them back this way. Because as you see, if you go this way, you cannot get over here where we're going, which is off the BNSF main 2. If I hit tab twice, that brings me to the UP stuff. We want this. Is the continuation of the first screen that I was showing you. So main 2, you take off the Malabar yard lead right here, and that takes you to where we're at, right here, via that direction. Let's go down here in case you don't know. I love this local. It is, there's the main. So here's the BNSF 2, main 2. And then as you see, here's Hobart, and then that cutoff to Riddle goes the LAJ A and B yards is right over here. Comes to here. This is UP stuff. We'll go right back where we were. I can fly without making anybody throw up. So here's Hobart, and then the C yard is over there a little bit. Looks like I hear some locomotives that came in. So I don't know why all this stuff says LAC. What is this? So this is from Fresno to LAC, but I don't understand. LAC is an intermodal yard, so I'm not sure what this is. I'm going to have to ask that. Why would you send FRS to LAC? I'm not sure what the purpose of this train coming here would be, because these are literally just LAC stuff. So I'll deal with that later. For now, get back to Malabar. We can just follow the main back. And we'll just follow the way in. Now we have a bunch of Earl tankers. We're gonna have to shove those back in. Probably do that first. I'll lighten the yard, because you see the yard's not that bad. There's a bunch of these Exxon empties that they came from Barstow. Some of them did, and we're gonna get them fueled up and send them back. It'll take 24 hours. So we will line up our switches to have that ready to go once we are ready. So as you see, I'm walking this. I walk the line, the rails, as I'm throwing switches, so I know that everything should be set up correctly. You can do this local in about an hour, I would say. Maybe if you're newer to it, it might take more time, maybe an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, maybe 3 hours. It all depends on what needs to be done. So basically, we're going to come off of here. The tankers are going straight back. These are WCD boxcars. We'll get those loaded in there too. So we'll set... either of these two. You can always, I think it's Shift FA. I use a rail driver, so you can see right here, those where the dots are, or where you need, where the cars need to be touching those dots in order to be processed without blocking the switches. You have more cars than will fit in any of these. Put extra ones here, but they will not be processed in that batch. So you'd have to pull the ones that have been processed, put the other ones in, and wait another 24 hours for that. Get that turned off. We're going to go back. So those two are the ones that we plan to do here in just a moment. We'll probably pull these ANTs are going right back there. Now, of course, you don't have to take my word for it. You bring up the map right here. So we are where our locomotives are right now. You look at the map, we're kind of backwards from it. So you have this black line here, this thick black line. That's the lead. That is this track right here. This is the black line. And then the one above it is where our locomotives are on. Well, that's 6. So we look here, 6, and it goes all the way to 1. So we have cars on, what is it? Well, here, that's DCC. It's on the way out. So they're on 5. So we got to get some cars off of 5, but we've got some of these other ones that are kind of in the way. So we're going to deal with that first. All right, they sound like they're both running. Get our lights on, our working lights. Bring off the brakes and got to go up here and back up some of these other ones. APCs, those are going to be off the main, closer to LAC, so we'll move those out of the way for now as well. Got to get up here. We got to throw this switch because we're coming down on it. And this one, in case we go too far, we will need to throw that anyways. We have a crossing, so that means we have to have the bright lights on if we want to do it legitimately. Don't let your how deep you want to go affect what anybody else thinks. I'm going to throw this guy here. I'm going to back up. And also, throw this switch. Okay, it came in a little hot, sir, so I'm going to have to start slowing down. Now, I am going uphill in the direction I'm going now. So I need to shift a bunch of these cars over a couple tracks. All right, we are coupled. There is no air. They've been bled. I'm going to put on the handbrake right, or correction, the independent brake, the locomotive brake. We're going to peel off the cars. So these WCDs we want. You see them de-according. Let's see. So since the brakes are, since there's no air at all, and downhill is that way. If I just pull these off, start driving away, there's a big chance that these guys can roll down the hill. Not that steep, but be safe. Let us put some handbrakes on. Open this coupler and pull her apart here. So I got these APC cars. These ones are literally going to be going down on the main. So I don't have any loaded cars that I have to bring back because somebody's already done that. So all we're doing at this time is doing a little sort, delivering some of these to the industry. There's nothing to pick up. So we can use all available tracks right now. I'm gonna put them here. Should be clear of that switch. I got no air in the cars. I really don't need any. These cars are full. Look at that. Oh, I missed it by that much. Pull almost forward to be able to clear that. All right. That's all we needed. A little bump, and now we're going to go ahead and go back. I think these guys are propane. Not supposed to kick hazmat, but all right, we're going to. Just watching them right now so they don't get too crazy. I want to make sure they do make it. Remember, I'm pushing up, or that's a kick, but I'm kicking them. They're going uphill now, so I gotta make sure that they do clear before I get too deep in these operations, because we don't want to block this path here, this switch. So that's, I mean, I'll let it go down ways more. It is going that way. I do need to attach. Okay, so to drop off APCs here, I'm looking at the map, which I'll bring up in 1 second. I just want to make sure. Yeah, APC is the one that I thought. So if you see here the map, so we're in here, right? We're in the yard. Go back to the main, we would go this way here, and then we'd be coming up and attaching to the main line here and going this way, and APC is here. But in order to get there, this is kind of the bridge area. In order to get there, we'd have to come down main 2 and then cut back like this and then back in. But we would need the locomotives on this side. All that just say we'd have to, we take down the main, we need the power on this side so we can push back and drop them off where they go. Let's go and get our other cars here. WCD are the ones that we want next. We'll ride with the locomotives here. Got some Jeep 40s today. So we're in the GE world. We're not running EMD SD40s. Running General Electrics. See what happened there. I was trying to switch, go to that side of the ladder, but it didn't work out for me. All right, now we'll release the handbrakes, put our locomotive brakes back on. And so we're going to take these 5 WCD cars. We're going to hang on to these, but we're going to pull off these other JRR and so forth. JRR. DCC we don't need. If we look at where DCC is on the map, depotserver.com is where thedepotserver.com is where you're going to find the map. I'm going to go right back here into Malabar. So we got DCC is right before you hit the main right here. So those guys are on the way out. Those should go with those other ones. that I already moved, the other tanker. So I'm going to put them there, like where they're at. They should be in the rear, but you know, whatevs. And then we're going to concentrate on Exxon and WCD here. So that's, we're going to be coming up right like that, dumping these and then pushing those. So let's get these DCCs, take those with us. ANTs, I already showed you where those are going. And the JRRs go just at the, all the way to, as I'm looking now, all the way to the right of where we are right now. So put some handbrakes on these empties. All right, we'll do that. And we're going to release this puppy right here and we'll pull forward. We'll ride this guy, ride it through. We're really just going to get rid of, for the ANTs, JRRs, I'm going to push those all the way to that far track. It's number 1 on the map. And then those propane tankers that I have up there, I'm going to put those with the other ones. And we'll probably have to move them again before we decide, like after we clear out the yard, we can grab them and we can kick them down one of these tracks here to pick them up from the other end and then pick up the APC ones. We're getting a little fast here. Start bringing her slow down. We can actually we'll put those JRR in those other ones right here. She's not stopping very easy. Full dynamics. Let's see, our HPT is 2.5. We should have enough. But we were going downhill, so. So yeah, we're gonna, again, if we look at the map, you can see that we're shoving into this track 1 right here. But then when we go to deliver them, we'll pick them up from this side. And then we can shove them in this JRR, which is these 2 tracks here. And then this actually goes this way, but the map shows it going this way to these ANTs. They're back over here, up there. If we see here, we see that these are JRR and ANT are back there in the back. And we're just going to come back. Going to occupy track number 1 with these cars. The very rear. We'll pull forward and then we'll get rid of those DCC propane tankers. 1 track over. It's very easy to learn locals in Malabar. So this, before you try to tackle somewhere like La Mirada, even LAJ, because of the sheer size of it, Porphyry, because of the distance, everything is further away. You come here and you have an opportunity to try to figure out, there's some puzzles here. Some cars are, you have to get back in an area and pull out cars and you don't have any room, and not as bad as, some of the LAJ stuff. real fun. La Mirada 100% is like that. Porphyry's got a couple of those. So when it comes to San Bernardino sub, this is a really good one. Another good one is San Bernardino, the actual San Bernardino yard. There's 2 locals that run out of that. One is the ADM cars, which are oil tankers. They go like back towards the Colton Crossing, but then the other one goes up the hill to General Mills. And what's challenging about those 2 locals is that you have to get up the hill. You got to go, you know, 5 miles down the road and fight the grade. Do that. So now that we're clear, we'll go ahead. Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna set a handbrake or 2. These should be DCC. Oh, JRRs. So I got some JR up there. Those are gonna have to go with these. That's fine. A little light sort here. I don't like when the trains come in all sorted for you though, and you know, these ones are fine that they're together as far as what local they're for, but they're also like all the locals aren't in, they're not blocked so the way you would have to drop them off. That would take all the fun out of sorting. All right, now let's go in reverse. I hear a little crashing sound here as they, I guess not. I believe those are Earl here, but I'm not sure. Get all lined up here. I'm playing with the web browser, and the other one I'll show you in a second what I was looking at. See if I can get that off. I can't. So I'm going to have to put on the handbrake just to put some pressure on the coupler. Then I can release that, pull forward. It's not coupled there, but we're going to put handbrakes on here. May not have gone enough. That's going to be a little tight there, so let's shove her back a little bit more. Forgot to turn on the live
traffic ahead, over, traffic ahead.
BNSF radio there, so UP BNSF here in the Inland Empire in LA. Let's shove this back into the other ones.
Head over.
That should go.
I-282 is operating 9 key train, no TA, CA, no highwise, and no helpers. Watch the line after 1 south, over.
All right. Now the handbrakes are on 2 cars.
Down.
Here we go. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 JRRs, which are going to come onto this track with those ANTs. Well, now JRRs, basically a locomotive has to be here to shove in this way from over there. And then the ANTs, pretty much the same thing. So they have to go backwards to jump those off. So if we put those together, we're going to be in good shape when we have to deliver those. I thought I was only did notch 3. And one thing about the rail drivers, there's no like there's nothing to indicate how many clicks you're going down. It's just, you know, it's loose. So sometimes it's kind of hard. You pull down a little bit. You were only wanting, you know, notch 4. You went into 6. I would have only went notch 4 because I have loaded cars and I'm pushing uphill, so, you know. But from a dead stop, probably should have did 3 and then, you know, gone from there. But all I want to do is clear the rails here, clear the switch. That's the one we want to clear.
Meeting 1 westbound and an Amtrak, then they'll be able to take you over.
Come on back some more here. Go ahead and bring her to a stop here. I'll roll back. Can't tell if the whole cut is rolling. Yep. That's fine. We'll bring it as close as we can to even with this other one. JRs come on this track here, right to the right of that. Put on a couple of handbrakes. Let's go ahead and pull forward again. Get in the cab for this one. Actually, no. We want to throw the switch. We'll conduct our butts up here. Get ready to throw the switch to back into those Exxon Earl tankers. Gotta deliver some Earl. Too much independent or dynamic braking, I should say. Not independent. Got no independent on. You bleed them though. All right, so we just did a light sort. We got the WCDs that we need here. We're going to back into the Exxon. I had the still in reverse or dynamic brake when I tried to reverse. So let's go to notch 3 for a second to get rolling, and then back down to notch 2 if it'll let me. There we go. Notch 1, not 0, 1. There we go. Let's play with it. Pushing them uphill. We are speeding up slightly, but we'll manage that because again, there was like a click. I go notch 1, notch 0, notch 1, notch 0. Like I'm going to do anyways, but it's going to go to 2 and 0 and 2. And so if I try to get 1, it might stay there for a second. And then it's not going to change like it usually does. All right, go back to 0. I'm just cycling between 1 and 0. Keep my speed relevant here. That's a 2. So I'm at 7.5. I'm going to go ahead and notch 0 and let's see if we can roll right in at a good speed. I think we're going too much grade to smoothly connect. We're still a little too far. Coming under 5 now. So I'm going to go ahead and give it another notch. We're about 8. No, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cars out now. So go from 6 and we'll see Another car will be at the right speed anyways, so let's just see where we go. We're at 5 miles per hour. I'm gonna try to hit that cut right here behind us at 2, but it ain't gonna happen. We're at 3.5. It's too much to figure out what the industry is. So as soon as I couple, I will bring that up. All right, we are there. So if I bring up, I'm at the depotserver.com. Put my independent brake on. If we go to references, and we're looking for the yard and customer tags here. We're in Southern California. We're looking at BNSF. So these are the symbols for the yards. And we want, well, we know EXX is Exxon because we've done this many, many times. But if we didn't know, we can click on this, Exxon Mobil. We click on this, it'll show us what it looks like from the air, you know, what kind of cars and everything go there. But based on the name, you should be able to figure out what it is. The DCC was one that I had a question on. Let's see what that is. We may not even know. DCC is Dark Container. So that's in DDC is what we had. So Darling, Delaware. See it right here is the local number. So it's 112. I don't know what it is, but they've got some silos and stuff, but it does show tankers here. Again, this is from the depot server. So this is the config that we're based off of, is the depot config. So like, what is this? Is it plastic? Is it some sort of solvent or something? Who knows? But shipped in what looks like an Earl tanker. And then we're back to the map there. Earl as in oil. You know how to say it, but so much more fun to say Earl. Okay, so we have already lined this up to get all the way down to Exxon. The train is flexing right now because the couplers are all over the place. So I'm gonna ride on the back and go for a ride here. There's one crossing behind us. We would probably get off and stand there with a flag and wave it, walk there. Make sure everything's clear. Don't want no cars coming out and getting run over. Never a good thing. So we're 38 minutes. Inside joke. If you know, you know. 38 minutes into the stream, and we've already done a loose sort, and now we're delivering. So as I mentioned, this is a really good local to start off on and kind of get your feet wet, learn how all this stuff works. It's just, you know, it's just pretty amazing. I don't know why I was playing there. I selected the next one that I was working on to get rid of it or get it ready for later. Now I have to move my dude onto the thing, so I'll stand here and like tell cars, no, because you know the whistle isn't going to do much. So now that we're through the crossing, we'll get on. And Wes, is that Brian? I think it's Brian. Is that you? Guy's a blockhead. All right, I see I'm pushing the wrong buttons. There we go. Now we're gonna go right through over here. Exxon's right here on the. So around here, by the way, there's a lot of oil drilling, a lot of Earl exploration right here in like Long Beach, Wilmington. There's processing as well.
Thank you.
There's offshore drilling that gets shipped here. There's also overseas imports that come in to the port of Long Beach. So Exxon, I don't know. This is crude oil distribution or refinery distribution. But we're gonna load up some oil tanks and send them on their way. Some are going to Barstow, and other ones are gonna get kicked off to wherever else needs it in the world. Oh, why anybody would want California oil though? I mean, the crude's fine, but it's the refinery stuff doesn't. Nobody else uses it but California. So it's got to be just crude, not anything else. But I mean, also, that's what a lot of people, hey, stop using oil. Well, just about everything you see that is produced by mankind right now is made of a petroleum product. There's makeup, medicine, monitors, computers, plastics, everything, cell phones, TVs, electronics, everything. I said makeup. I mean, they even put it some of our food products. They put oil in food products. You're like, what? Look it up.
Roger that.
Google it.
I gotta get Amtrak
Nuts.
779 by.
Cheese puffs. Cheese puffs got oil. That should be a crime.
Okay, I'll close the seat.
That should be a crime, because I mean, it's like poisoning us or something. Cheese puffs is already bad enough. The sugar in it. Then you're gonna put Earl in it. That's just unacceptable.
All right, thank you.
Maybe that's why it tastes so good, though. I mean, you never know. Cheese puff's so good because of all the oil in it, dinosaur squeezings. All right, as we get here, we'll jump off and. What's going on, Katie? You heard cheese puffs and you ran in here. We're not giving any away, though. Too much oil on them. All right, so we're going to dump these guys off here. We'll see how. We got a ways we can go back. Probably fit 18 cars. I never measured it. I don't think we have 18. Should see a box car coming up here pretty soon. It's got to be, 12 or so. I know I can fit 12 here. I've done that. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, any more. Okay, well, that means we're gonna ride the rear. If I can get on the rear. There we go. We don't want to smash into that bumper. Not on a server. You want to smash into bumpers, do it single player. Because other people can't play when you crash the server on them. All right, so I'm going to give myself plenty of room here. You've got about a car length. I'm happy with that. Really, I'm not really going to get much more, from it. So we've got just a couple too many. So peel off 2, 3, 4. Peel off 4. Look at our dots. See what we got here. So this one would process. Because there's the dot, and there's no others. So that's the last dot. We'll go ahead and cut that one off, though. Just why not? Let's do it uneven wise. Let's put a handbrake though on for the away. Now, before we leave, I'm gonna go ahead and do a handbrake test. So I put handbrakes on. I'm gonna roll backwards here. Take off the independent brake. I'm gonna get the train moving. If I can. We don't have much room, but if we just get it rolling and come off the gas, you see how quickly it stops. So the handbrake test is good. Let's pull forward. So you see it's not really moving much, but I've got 3 handbrakes on, so.
580, change channel.
Multiplayer, you have to be standing on the ground and throw switches, so you'll see me flying through there to do things faster. And
580, 30, on.
then I have to jump on the ground in order to do the handbrake, or to throw switches. You can do it in single player, fly and throw it, but not in multiplayer. So we don't really need to kick these guys. They are empties. But we'll just push them back here. We'll cut them loose. You can do a little kick. See, it's not... So I put the handbrake on to take the pressure off the coupler, and then see, shove back in, or expand it again. So that's not going to work.
Railroad detector milepost 17.
So I'll go ahead and put the handbrake on now, anyways.
Track 1, no defect.
Let's look. Okay, so there's the dot. So we're good here. Let's put a second handbrake on.
Speed 70 out.
Because when they fill them up, they're going to get heavy and they may want to roll. So now we're going to go ahead and go. Now we're going to ride this side and drop off these cars here at WCD. Bye-bye. There's a crossing up there. Gonna get hit by the wall. You're gonna be close. Oh. Yep, on Tuesdays. We'll decipher that, see what it said. Dynamic brakes, kicking, slowing us down. Pretty light now. We're gonna go over there. We're gonna go to that platform one. I think all 5 will fit, but figure it out here in a second. Crossing coming up. But we only got to get past this switch right here. Got that on your other simulator there, or game. Alright, so we're going to put these guys up against the platform so the forklifts can get in here and offload this stuff. West Coast distributors, whatever that is. I don't know what they're distributing. Don't really care, actually. There are bumpers behind. You got to be careful with these bumpers. One, they will stop you, but if you hit them too hard, your train could have serious consequences like derail. The worst derail is when the actual wheels no longer touch any portion of metal. The whole train disappears. Everything attached to whatever wheel no longer touches the metal. So if it rolled off the back, like here, the whole train disappears. So that's not a good thing. Give ourselves some working room here as well. About another car we can go. much happy with that right there. I already have a handbrake on the rear car. You also see when I fly in through the air, and then I put myself on the ground so I can deal with the couplers, because it seems to be sometimes a little bit of a tricky thing in multiplayer as well. All right, so now we're going to jump on here. Wave by to the cars, and then we're going to go fix our switches on the way back to the yard. Gonna go do the JRR and ANT cars. So while it's not a requirement, because this is, you know, this is yard, I will set that so that if you're coming back to go get the Exxon or whatever, you can come in there. I generally leave this one like here because I'll park the locomotives right here, and if, you know, you have, there's another locomotive part of this set that we service Malabar with. Anyways, those cars are a little bit down the road if we happen to use that, just like having, you know, everything lined up. Not a requirement. The requirements are these signs here, these MOW signs we put to show. Okay, so that switch should always be, if you're looking at the sign, you should see the flag of the switch. We are gonna go get those other cars, so manipulate that switch. Gotta get a little closer. That switch. We're going down this guy here. We are crossing here. We're going all the way to the end. So that's all good. Had my independent brake on a little bit. Can't stop me.
Amtrak 580, 580 highball on the clear at 171.
580 highball on the clear.
Eyeball. All right, then we'll jump on here. So now with this cut here, I mean, look, with what we've already done, we've only delivered 2, but we're not that far from being done already. We'll do 2 more right now. And those propane tanks get done I would do them very last. And then you leave the engines, the locomotives over there with those at the last site, the APC. If that's what you want to do. Well, I'm going to go down here. And prepare this. Guys in the back are JRR. So we got 3 gondolas and 3 box cars. We will have to throw a switch. So you can call this local work, yard work, switching, all the same thing. You're having to throw switches all over the place to move the track so you can go where you want to go. Different ways of saying the same thing. And then once we get to the end here, we'll throw that switch in the end and we'll shove back, get rid of these JRRs first. Posting this stream is in the job for this job here. So if you decide to do this job at some point, there's guidance. Because my job, the job descriptions or the job orders, if you will, they're very general on purpose. Because don't really want to tell you how to do this, just deliver the cars to where they need to go and then pick them up, bring them back to yard so they can go out back to Barstow or San Diego. The only thing you got to make sure that the ones that are full are going to go where the locomotive is going to Barstow. And the San Diego cars are cut out because they don't need to go all the way back to Barstow, and San Diego cutoff is 10 miles away. 12 miles away, something like 15 miles away, whatever. Not that far. Just after La Mirada. In Fullerton, actually, is where the BNSF cutoff down to San Diego is. Yeah, I wish they would add that. Down in Orange County and San Diego, that would be fixed streeter, and then add those that linked even out towards Tucson. All right, I'm gonna ride this sucker back. JRR cut. You gotta watch your speed, because again, we are going downhill, so you can get away from us pretty quick. Yard speed's 15, and if you do 17, okay, not that big of a deal. Doing 25, probably not the best choice. You hit one of these switch mounts here and pick a switch, and the next thing you know, you're on your side. Wonder why all the oil's leaking out, all the fuel's leaking out of the locomotive. Although you won't be able to see that because Run 8 is licensed with BNSF, UP, CSX, and the horse. And they don't want to see anything laying on its side off the tracks. So if you put them on the ground, they just make the train disappear. That was their licensing requirements, apparently.
So Justin on the LOB 40 over.
So we'll put here what fits, and
1 hour to go. Justin, you got it.
we can get them all right here. That'd be great, Spec. Yeah. Start slowing it down here.
All right, it's all yours. I'm gonna leave the opening for you.
And we got gravity working on us. That should be good right there. We'll put a handbrake on this, and then we'll see where the end of this is. Looks like the box car here is going to be the last one, and I like that. It's perfectly. Oh! So then we hit the bumper. I've got my the locomotives in reverse, right? So if I thought I'm going forward, that would be from this one. That is not currently the lead, so now it is. I want to do the lead, do this, this, and this. I forgot which direction was which, and then pushed into the bumper. Oops, don't want that one.
Coming your way, no ticket, hiding in the room.
Want that one there. So see, I'm on the bumper, but I didn't hit it very hard, but that's not where we want to be. So let's pull her forward a little bit, and then we'll release the pressure. Because we want to leave a little room for in case something like that happens. Oh,
The moment he got on that end.
I hit auto error.
So one stop wonder.
So when I hit auto error on the locomotives, it actually opened the angle cocks on the cars, between the locomotive and the cars. Which is not anything that I usually do anyways. So I have to close this. We're in PCS now. That's fine. So this one should be open. See, I'm having this bug where it does one or the other. We'll just leave it closed. But sometimes you can't just control one. You're supposed to hold control and then click one. It does it, but it didn't. So we do have a PCS open. So let's go to neutral, independent brake, or locomotive brake all the way on, and then we'll go into emergency on our train brake. And now I'll just wait.
580 highball DIB.
Once that starts flashing, then we can release the brakes. Or you can hit F7 and cheat your way out of it too, but do it this way in case you have not encountered this before. It's about 60 seconds, by the way. You get confused where to drop off the cars here. I mean, you can open the map, right? And then, or you can, I think, and it's like whatever car tag, shift F8 or whatever. So you can see where the cars get delivered here too. And then if you use this in accordance with the map, you see JRRs here. So the locomotive is literally parked on this. And I'm right here right now. The locomotive's right here. This is the only one that it's kind of backwards. It actually goes this way, but it's the same thing. It comes off this track. So this will tell you where the cars get dropped off the map, and you can fly around and, you know, look at all the different tags here. This is not even the same yard. This is LA West over here, right up against Malabar. Close. We're going to deliver the next one over here to ANT. Just always use the yard as your starting point. Now we have a flashing PCS, so we'll release the emergency, the train brake from emergency, and now we're charged. The angle cock is closed on the locomotive. When I reverse the engines here, when I hit, was on this, like if I do on this, I set as lead, and then I hit the auto air brake, AB. When I clicked that, it opened the angle cock and sent air down the train. So when I pulled forward, all she wrote. I like to do that. auto stuff anyways. Okay, so yeah, that's what happened. So this pulled off, and this is bled now. But we want to come back. We want to fix the mistake we made here. So let's go ahead and grab that a little bit. Parking brakes off. Let's pull forward. Just want to pull it a little bit so that we're not on the bumper. So when they come to pick this up, they don't smash into it and have train problems. Let's go see how much room we have behind. That's quarter car. Let's pull it. Let's pull it more forward. Since I've changed the direction of the lead.
15 to BNSF 5036 west, over.
It shouldn't be a problem anymore. These cars are still bleeding out, so the brake cylinders still have air on them. So that's why it has 64 in this car. That's why they're a little hard to pull right now.
Thank you. DS59.
From when I PCS'd. SCAX Railroad Detector Milepost 177.4.
No, why is getting a CSX detector?
Track 2, no defects. Repeat,
or it is
no
a BNSF.
defects.
I thought it said CSX.
Total
I think it was BNSF though.
Speed 71 out.
A lazy farmer tried to explain it to your brain. Did you understand it when I said it? There's different ways of doing it. I just, you know, like I said, you can see right here, I have the maps up. So you just go to depotserver.com and then click on maps, pick the one you're working on. We're in San Bernardino, and then open that and then figure out where you're working. You get used to it as you do it more often, but this is, you know, page 1, page 2. We're in Malabar, so it's right here. That takes you to page 12, which is this. This is the main over here, and this is the lead that's on the other side of the yard. Kind of goes all the way through. So you see the lead that goes down there, and that comes back here. So that's that thick black knot line, and it goes all the way around back to there. So this is an easy local. This is pretty self-contained, and there's nothing crazy with this guy. So I mean, this one is so much fun and so, you know, fulfilling if you want to run a local. We are pulling uphill just a little bit. 0.6 is the grade. Well, meaning if we go that way, we're going downhill. This way is uphill. Just a little less than a half degree, or a little more than a half a degree. Cool. When you come into some of the other yards like La Mirada, it's a little more, you know, you just got to go there and then fly around in the air. Like, turn on the tags so you see the tracks. Fly around in the air. If you have to write down on a piece of paper your plan of attack, hey, I'm going to go, you know, my engine's going to be going this way, but I need to push these back to drop them off. But then the next set, I can't because they need to be pushed from the opposite direction. So you can go, okay, well, I'll skip that one. I'll deliver more, and then I'll turn the engines around at one point where I can, and then I'll get the other side of the train, and on the way back to the house, I'll drop off those going the opposite way. That's what makes this type of work more fun for me than just driving down. You know, it's like NASCAR.
Oh, I stop where you're at, then I'm going to be in the OS.
Go fast, turn left. Go fast, turn left. To me, that's NASCAR. I like watching the crashes, but, you know, other than that, it's, you're driving, you're just going in a big circle. Even like F1, you're doing a road course, but you're sitting there and just driving down the road.
WS15 to Y-LAC0122.
Whereas if you're doing like trucking, American Truck Simulator, you're actually picking up and delivering things. And you're not just going
switch open at the,
on the road. You have to
LAJ
figure out, you know, what exits to get off and bypassing traffic and
Okay, all right, thanks. To the,
issues sometimes. Also doesn't hurt that I've probably done this very specific job here in Malabar. I've done this local probably 30 times or something over the last few years. And this is the first one I learned when I first was asked to yardmaster for the Mateo community server, and my area of responsibility was all of BNSF minus Barstow. I didn't know anything about this area, and I thought it was so complicated. The UP stuff is more complicated, I think, than the BNSF side, because the yards kind of cross in places, but it really isn't. Once you get in there and you do it once or twice, it's not that massive. Even the UP stuff, that's a little more confusing. There's one or two yards that are kind of hard to figure out, but you know, once you work them,
15 to Y-LAC105. I've got
and it's
Amtrak
pretty cool.
departing in a few minutes. Will you guys be able
And if
to
you
get my
like
list
doing
of Hobart
locals,
here in a few minutes over?
you like doing yard work, like doing sorting and switching,
Okay.
not just driving trains on the road, then San Bernardino sub right now probably the best to do that in. It gives you the most options, whether you want BNS or UP. I would, so just in the San Bernardino sub for BNSF, I've got the 15 locals out of 4 yards. UP is about the same. So
We've got a superliner up front, so I don't have to worry about the
30 different locals out of, you know, 8 different yards that you can do. And you don't need Cajon to connect them unless you want to drive them, by the way. You could spawn down here, you just can't go between Colton Crossing and Barstow unless you have the Cajon sub. Or you couldn't go to WestColton unless you have the Cajon sub. Trying to bring her to a stop here. Got too much talking and not enough paying attention, but we are good there. We're going to disconnect. Make sure all these cars, quick check on them. They're all labeled A and T, or otherwise they will not get processed. I'm going to release the pressure off the couplers here a little bit. All right, and then we'll open that coupler now that we're no longer attached. All right, back in the engine, go. So half of Malabar's already done now, just by those 4 that we delivered. Now it gets a little more interesting.
580, highball clear, 185.
Go back to the yard and see what we got. Let's figure out how we're going to do next. So in 1 hour, basically, we delivered half of Malabar. Trying to make the mouse move, so. All right, we're gonna be coming out right here, and we'll see what we have over here waiting for us. I know that these are kind of, so the APC and the DCC, I would do those last. APC is, well, DCC is right here down the lead. And it's this guy here. So these are the DDC right here, not DCC, DDC. So we would push those in. And we want the locomotives on the same side. We need to get Otto's permission to come back here to this signal. And then we need to cross over to this one on the bridge and then back up here to APC and dump off those tankers. I would just leave the locomotives there. Otherwise, you got to come back up and do exactly the opposite of what we just did. So I would leave those there. Not a problem. And we should be coming out here. Did I lose all my power? All my speed? I did. Well, let's see what we got over here. So we have... So here's knots. You saw knot is over in that track over there. ASL. That's going to be at the very end over there. Again, if we look at the map, we're like right here looking at track 4. So this goes all the way down here and continues all the way to the end. ASL, SLS, HPC, SRS, MAP, and NOT, which is right there. Then we got a couple that come off the web trucking and OAP. Meanwhile, we're not moving at all over here. Put it notch 1. So we have wet, HPC. So wet's going to go over there, as is the OAP. The MAP, so MAP goes here. Problem is that, you know, you'd have to shove that in. So put that, we'll separate that on a different track.
20 over.
According to the map you see here, so MAP is the reverse way.
You're breaking up big time there.
And then so is ASL. So basically, those two would go the same direction.
4403, over.
As would SRS.
Yeah, that's good radio. 4403, got
We
it.
need to go backwards and dump off, dump off, dump off. Everything else would be pulling forward.
All good, over. What's next, over?
We're going to head out 43 yards to first street.
So we can come down this guy here if we want to.
Okay, you're going to the shops. Do you need me in all that? You don't need me in all that, correct?
I don't think we do, over.
You don't think you do? All right, let me know if you need me. Back route.
All right, so now I'm going to change back again. So there's no problems. I auto everything except for EOT. We don't need an EOT is in the yard. Well, I gotta forget to, again, not required because it's the yard, but I do like to set this switch just to pull through. A lot of times we'll put the back. We used to deliver supply cars directly here instead of going to LAJC. We changed because Depot did, which made sense. But we would store locomotives in these tracks. So they're currently industry tracks. But there's no industry assigned to them, so they're empty.
That's like 1752 high, ball keeping on a clear DIB.
Trying to get on the ladder there. All right, still got the map up. I had it up. Now I'm gonna make the next moves, figure out where this other stuff's gonna go. You can refer to it as where I showed you is that. So OAP and wet going one direction.
map, then ASL, map, SRS, and ASL. Those are the ones we want to try to put together. So if I hadn't got this, I would have done the splits.
52, approach medium, boss, over.
Now we can go. Would have been crazy right there. That was starting to reverse. I want to pull map and SRS. Definitely map. I want SRS. If I put my locomotive on this side down here where I'm looking, and I want to push that way, I want map on the end. I want SRS over here, and then on that end closest to the locomotive, I want ASL. So I have OAP. I'm going to cut OAP cars off. Pull these forward. I'll stop it up here to cut them. I'm going to do another sort. Okay, so no, I gotta think about this. If I want this on the rear, then I have to get the other ones off first. So let's see where they sit. I know I can cut these H PCs out of here. I don't need these here. They can be delivered in a normal fashion. Same thing with the SLS. The SRS cannot, and the ASL. So they're together back here. So we can leave the knots here. And we're going to pull forward, bring the knots all the way up. Here I got my switches lined up correctly all the way through. Prevent derailments. Knots get delivered. You can see that little bumper kind of right there. The knots are going there, but we're not going to drop it off right now. We're not going to drop off knot right now. But I am going to put knot, web, OAP on this track here.
Yes, sir.
Start sorting those out. I got knot on the end.
Go. All right, man. Be breezy, man. Have a safe trip, brother.
You too. Love you.
I love you too.
You're new to Run 8, you've been playing it the past few days, and best train sim you've played. I mean, it is. The physics of it are pretty dang close, and it is definitely, you have the ability to do anything that you want. You're not bound by some game developer setting restrictions on you. One thing you can't do is derail the wheels off the cars and them fall off the tracks because they'll disappear. Yeah. I'm going to go back to where I just came from for those. I'm going to put the knots kind of past this switch here, just straight over here. There's only a couple. I'm a little long to kick cars, so if I do a kick, it'll be a kind of a slow kick. I need to get past that switch though, so otherwise I'll screw myself. So I need to at least push back that far. But yeah, so we're in Malabar. So we're on the San Bernardino sub. You just started playing Run 8, you probably only have the, let me get out of the map because I can't control the train when I'm in the DS screen. You have this, which is the Mojave sub and all of kind of the base game, and you also have Barstow, which is part of that. You see I have a lot more, but this is the San Bernardino sub down in Los Angeles, Orange County areas. I'm up in the Riverside County, where that touches the Cajon sub, which is WestColton, and up the Cajon Pass into Barstow. Get back to here. So this is where I generally spend most of my time, is down in Los Angeles, because I like doing this kind of work, this local work. I don't really enjoy as much doing road trains. I do them when I gotta, but it's not my favorite. But I did that for years playing other train simulators. Just sit in the cab and, you know, manage your throttle. It's fun, but when you can do all this puzzle work here, this is what makes it for me. Again, I am pushing uphill a little bit, so. Now, I am running mods as well. I'm running mods as in skins, so graphic mods. These cars, some of these cars look different than they do if you purchase the car packs. Some of them do. The locomotives do. If you do decide to get into changing the looks of these vehicles, the sounds and so forth, make sure that you back up your game. Just back up your whole Run 8 version 3 directory and you'll be fine. And then don't touch that. Use that as a backup only. Alright, so I'm going to kick that there. I'm going to hit these handbrakes just so I can bring everything to a stop and I'm clear of this switch. And now ASL comes off next. I'm going to be a little backwards here. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I want ASL and SRS. Again, the depotserver.com provides maps. See them right here. ASL is going to go on this track. Let's put it here.
ASL, then SRS is all these are already lined up for us. We'll have to get the wets out of there. Just need to pass this first. I'm sure it is. I think there's a lot of similarities. There are people in the server here that are, you know, they're real life engineers in other countries. So UK, Australia, Canada. I believe Canada, like North America, there's a lot of similarities in how they railroad, probably because they're so close and they have to interchange. And Australia's not that much. They can pull bigger and longer trains because they don't have a lot of the same mountain areas and, you know, different rules. Kind of like their trucks too. All right. So again, we're getting rid of the. Keep looking at the map to confirm these two ASLs, followed by the SRSs. HPC and SLS, those are normal direction drop-off, so I don't do anything special with those. So that's SRS here. I'm going to do a little shove here, see if I can get it. There it goes. I need to get the speed up though. Go ahead and bring that to a stop there after opening the coupler. I'll do a little kick to get those off. I'm going to go ahead and pull just a little forward so I can push these other ones down this track. I'm going to do 2 handbrakes on those. Bring them to a quick stop. The only other thing that's going on that is that one single car. It's right up against the locomotive right now. It's mapped. Okay, so these are going 1 track down, SLS, and also the HPC on the other side of these WTs. SLS, these are light cars. Those sounds are a little different too. They're on the enhancement server. You hear all the banging and stuff. That's all custom sounds. Locomotive sounds are custom. So I have the HPC cars are going to go with these SLS. So I'll go down a little ways. Give room for those. I'll need to put a handbrake on before I throw a switch. Otherwise, once I operate the switch, then I lose my ability to quickly throw the handbrakes on those cars because I can't control the cars anymore once I click on a switch. The WT. Pull forward first. Remember that green car right there? That's not. This one is not goes right on this track here, but currently we've got to continue separating these other ones. And they're going to go down and around the corner, so I'm going to throw this switch. Got like 4 wet. We have wet, and then the ones that are going with them are the OAP, which are after these HPC cars. This is wet, and this is not. So I'm gonna make a cut there. Cut that here in a second. Then we got 3 HPC cars. They're going to go back here. Just need to pass that switch so I can push those back here. Keep an eye on these since they are moving. Again, I'm on a server, a multiplayer server right now, not on single player, so I got to make sure that I manage all my everything that I'm running here so I don't crash into something and cause a server crash. So these guys are coming to a stop on their own without handbrakes. Not quite clear that switch, but I'm not pulling that locomotive out. But I'm going to put one handbrake on anyways. There are other cars that are going to couple to it. And we're coming back right now to kick these 3 HPC. Which I may have... Yeah, these reefers.
Essentially 1752, head into the conductor.
That might not be enough there.
We got, 2 crossings,
It might be going a little too slow. I may need to help those back. And now we have to watch them.
First one is going to be a
Oh,
milepost, non-decimal
I've got hot axle on this guy because the
Box
handbrake's still
number
on. Wonder why the handbrake was on when I removed them all.
Correct, and then the second one is going to be
Maybe it's stuck.
9.47.
All right, so now I've got to, this one didn't
Third
clear
Street.
that.
Box number,
So I've got to come
box
back
2
and
off.
I've got to push it back even more.
That's correct, yeah, they're both going to be both crossings right after downtown Riverside.
Or actually, I don't have to do that. I can do it this way because I got to come put that one car on the end of this anyways. So let's put a handbrake on there. We'll come back to that in a minute.
SCAX Railroad Detector Milepost
Oh, that is CSX.
177.4. Track 1. No defects. Repeat. No defects. Total axle 40. Speed 77.
OAPs are going to go with the wets. Again, if we look here, you see that Web Trucking is here, and then OAP, O'Reilly Auto Parts, is behind it. We are not going to kick these because I need to get them around the corner so I can clear up this track here. I'll be watching my speed here. Coupler speed, I want more than 5. If you hit it at 6, nothing bad will happen usually. But if I can get it down to 2, then I'm really feeling good about that. I am going uphill. I'm pushing uphill, so that's another part. So 2.8, which is still 2. It's good to go. So I'm going to push these back to clear the tracks. So we'll get the final OAP over here. We're gonna leave these cars here when we come to go service the web trucking and the Riley. We'll push these back and deliver those. I just want to get these clear of this track, because this set of
when you're ready there, gentlemen, I'll put that out.
this set of power here. This is for the Malabar to LAC transfer. All right, we're gonna do a 3-hand brake, because these are loaded cars. That should be good. Let's do a handbrake test. Coming on back. It's not even going, but we're going to get it moving. All right, it comes right to a stop. So let's go ahead and pull forward. Now, since I'm here, I'm also going to grab these knots. And let's deliver those now. Must have been copper or something. It's just been out in the rain too much. All right, now we're going to try to go only in a notch 2, but went all the way up. Whatever. We're going to deliver these knots. You see right there, knots are where the dots are.
Approach 581. We would really go here and be like, whoa, 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 you can't go. We got quite a bit of room back there. If it was closer, less than 3 cars, I would be riding the last car to make sure that we don't smash into that bumper, but we're good. We got an empty and a full. And then we're gonna back into that one that we have hanging out there to fix that. And then that will make these cars ready for delivery. Locomotive from the other direction, though. Now we're going to ride her back. And then this will sort everything for easier delivery now. They're not in the the perfect order to drop off, but you know, close enough. Handbrake's coming off. We want to push these guys back so that we have tracks cleared. Okay, so we've delivered NOT, JRR, Exxon, WCD, and ANT. We're ready to go deliver these WCDs. These are a little tricky. OAP, WCD. OAP is not that bad. O'Reilly Auto Parts. Let's go get it. I did start switch so that it's lined up.
That's only 1752 high wall clear 26 up.
All these customers are happy now.
Ramford Road to northbound.
If I was smart, I would have put OAP in there first and then wet. And I'll show you, you'll see why here in a second. So this is wet. Make sure our switches are lined up back here. The wet goes here. You can see we're shoving back here. Our locomotive's on this side, so we can push the wet ones in, but then OAP is the other side. Well, actually, I think it's gonna work out better. Wait. Let's see, what did I do here? Nope. The wets are in the back, and I'm pushing this way, so I need to get on the other side to push the wets into here. There shouldn't be too many though, so I'm going to be going like this. See if we can get I got to get the OAPs out. So I'm going to put wet here in the middle. I got a little more track to work with. Oh, and we got, I didn't see that we have loads down here already too. We'll have to pull those out of the way. Yeah, these are coming out. So these got left behind. No big deal. No big deal. Yeah, that's gonna be nice and smooth here.
so this is the first wet. Handbrakes on. Let's go dump the OAPs where they go. But we have a couple cars in the way, so we have to deal with that. I probably only need like another 20 minutes to finish this job completely. Maybe we'll do it, maybe we won't. Oh. Wanted to ride the back of the train here. Okay, so OAP goes here. I mean, wet goes here, but we have OAP cars. I'm going to push these where those guys are, but we got to get those out of there. We're going to move those over and then push OAP back. Then we're going to come get wet from this side, grab those, and we're done. We're going to go get those ones and get out of here.
581 high bond clear. Here we go. Volume track 582 cleared.
Gotta keep looking out for your switches when you're switching. Now, technically, you can probably fit all these OAP cars in here, and I may do that. Well, no, maybe not. Let's see what happens. If we can fit all of them in there, then we can pick them all up at the same time. But if we couldn't, then we need to get rid of some of them that are here by moving them over.
Let's go over to 3030.
I'm looking at the, see, we don't have enough room to process all these. So we're going to take these have been processed already. These are empties. We're going to get these empties out of here. And then we can actually leave, we don't have to take these empties to the yard. We can leave them here. Because when we do pick everything up after they've been processed, we can move them then. We don't want to use it, we want to use as little gas as possible. There we go. They're on handbrakes now. Now we're delivering these.
581, advanced first for Palm over.
O'Reilly. Got delivery. Now we gotta go move the other ones, the wets. But I need to watch these because again, they're loose and running on their own. I want to make sure I get them stopped. They are perfectly, I believe. Yep.
All right, here we go. Bench link 1752 clear. Need 4 for real.
Then pick up these guys.
Actually, 1752 over.
Let's set these
I just
for.
like to confirm that those two crossings at milepost 9.7.
Set these for delivery. We don't have very many.
I want to check
We'll
with
put them on the. We'll put them on these ramps over here.
So, can you tell her up when you get over to her channel?
Yeah, we can do that. Thank you.
Now you gotta be careful if you got too many cars here. You may have to split them. Again, you can't go back too far. When all those, I'm backwards by the way. This is not the lead locomotive, so I'm going in reverse right now. But if you had like 8 cars here, you probably want to cut them. You're only doing a few. You can't fit them all in here anyways in each of these. You'd have to cut them unless you can go straight, because you got to get the rear car over here.
Is the team is the 3811 West over?
BNSF 3811 West.
For your work at Hobart, we're going to bring it to main one that.
Basically just need to cross this switch. We are going to pull back into
up
there a little bit.
Downey Lead via West Hobart or San Pedro Junction over.
I didn't plan any of this. This just is the way it's working out as I'm doing them. I'm just thinking ahead of time.
Go back out.
Yeah, setting out to Downey Lead. That's
Now we'll
correct.
go ahead and ride.
But I imagine they'll want you to go
Thought
in
we were
through West
riding.
Hobart, but I'm not sure just yet. Over.
Look at how many cars they hold. I don't know. So this track doesn't do anything, so we can't put any cars there for processing. I don't know why they're not set. If we would have put them in this one, we probably would have got all of them in, but I think we're still okay. We're still okay. I think we're going to be fine. That'll work right there for me. Handbrake on the rear, and then the front car is clear of all the switches. Now let's go in reverse. Out of here. Right on the front. Let's get some fresh air. Pull our eardrums out. Okay, so now we've delivered 2 more industries. Only a couple more to go. And being that this is sandboxing, if you wanted to put an industry here, for example, on your own single player, you can. Go to industry editor, and you can add whatever you wanted there. You just click the tracks, it puts the dots, you call it the symbol that you want to be there, or the name of the company. So if we wanted to put this KungfuBeer exports, just do KFE, and then you select tracks on how much you want, and then all you need is cars to put there, and they get processed. Tell it when it gets processed what it's going to do, where it's going to go after you process it. If you want to keep everything like closed loop, you can go from different DLCs. So and I started to do that a long time ago, but never finished it. If you say, hey, I want like that JRR over there, or wet, where you just came from, to process for another in Bakersfield, for example, then you can do it that way, or even interchange. So with UP around locally, hey, pull the cars to a yard and then sort them for interchange, and then go deliver them UP, and then go deliver them in the LA area for as UP, you know. That is the beauty of how this is set up. We only got 3 more cuts to deliver. I'm going to set the switch here. So these are the SLS. So I'm going to go and pick these up now. Again, I try to do it with efficiency. So if I go in one direction, when I come back, I may be empty, but I'm going to be going all the way to the other end of the yard to pick up these. Or actually, it doesn't really matter. I suppose I can go through now. See, where am I doing? Still got to go a little bit further. Either way, we're going all the way to the end. If we make this move now, I gotta get a little bit closer. So we won't have to do it later. Trying to get the locomotive. So the other one is the main one right now. So if I want to get in this one, hold F11 and press on the cab. F11 on the keyboard, then click with your mouse on the cab. That'll put me in this one. This is not the main one. If I were to hit the, I don't know, is it F12 or F8, F11, it'll put me in the one behind. Because this is the main dude right now. So I got to go over 2 tracks, but I figured this was the shorter route.
Check 581, advance approach 162, over.
So this one. And I got to go over 2 tracks. Okay.
Yeah, we're going to get that.
We're going to come through here and then back up over this guy in order to get down there. Now this, I got the brights on. This locomotive is the lead one, so now I'm going forward. I'm speeding. Not anymore. A little fast. It's all right. We can stop on a dime. We got no cars. Downhill, so we're speeding up. So I got 3 cuts. I got those tankers. The ones in front of me I'm going to shove now. When I come back, I'm going to get these other ones, deliver those, and then we should be able to get the tankers done today. So we'll do it a little bit extended than what I normally do. Normally I'd be ending now, but I'd say there's only 10 minutes left, but it's in run 8 time. That could be 2 hours. Take forever to just do this simple stuff, but
3030, question. Is that centered where it's not at all? Cool, thank you.
I went down the wrong track. See, told you. And then we got to go over one more. I thought these were the ones that I needed, but it was actually these ones here. Wait, ASL, SRS. So I put map on the wrong one. That figures. Okay, well, no big deal. We just need to get map off first. I'm not sure why that signal's still going. Okay, so map should have been here, like right here. We put it on the wrong one. Boo-hoo. All right, so let's get that off of there. What? I took the handbrakes off. Dang it. That was perfect, too. Perfect speed. It is going downhill, so. All right, now it's off. Now we'll pull this back. Put a handbrake on there where that's at. Put a handbrake on here. We're facing the wrong direction to deliver these guys. May have set the handbrake on too quickly on this one. I did. We're going to use a spring switch though. Here. We got to come down this track and then get this car. Thank God the coupler is there. The brakes on too quick. Forestry, that's UP.
Go ahead. Oh, you're going to pull up to West Hobart there. Secure the port cars. You're going to shove in the Hobart cars at West Hobart there. We'll set them in the runner, then we'll go back out and light power to the cars and go to the port.
Kind of like what I'm doing.
Current moment, yes, unless Mr. Poulet changes it, but that's the plan right now. Sounds like a plan. Let's do this. You should be done now.
Speed under control there. Going downhill, so it's going a lot faster down.
ASL goes all the way to the end. The first one is going to be MAP. That's why we kicked that one car, and then now we have to deal with that. All right, so gotta be careful here because we're kind of on the switch, but kind of not. So we're just gonna push this back a little bit. Nice and slow.
FCAX Railroad Detector
Milepost
177.4. Track
that
2,
switch.
no defects. Repeat,
And
no
let's ride
defects.
this one. Let's ride this one home here. Come on.
8.
There we go.
Speed 7. 4 out.
Okay, and then
Make 1668. High bound clear.
the ones that's in the back's gonna go here. Probably off on, yeah. See if we can get that down all the way. Clear that out. That's clear. Handbrake on. Pass this switch. All right, now we're going forward, going around the corner here. Got a bunch of crossings, and these will be the next ones, which is SRS. And it's going all the way there. So let's go back in the engine. Crossed all the crossings. SRS, and how many I got? 2. Ah! I don't know if that's going to go quick enough. Maybe. ASL is going all the way to the end. It technically can.
There, C7470.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, no pickup in the weeds. High ball. Sometimes it's good, dude. Come on.
So we'll see if this clears this. That'll work. That should be clear. All right, I'm trying to help somebody out, but at the same time, I can't control my train. Okay, so these are coming all the way down here to ASL. So that switch is good, and we're going to park them right in here. Oops. There we go. Hopped on. That one single engine I was talking about is straight ahead of us at the end of the track. What's up, Antonio? Sorry, I was typing here in multiplayer and trying to help everybody else out. Didn't see your text. Supply train came into Malabar. We sorted them up. We delivered most everything. We have a couple more industries in the yard to deliver. I think we're going to get to them today. Got to get the cars under the dots here. These guys are delivered. And so I'm coming all the way back here to the yard.
Possible PNS?
And then I don't know why those cars can't be causing this. Can't. Can't. However, I'll be fixing that when I get back here. These are the only cars left to deliver. They're basically going right where we are now.
Need a little more?
Doing 8 miles an hour. Speed that up. But those cars are going here at SLS and HPC over here. There is one car here at SLS, but again, did that one ever get processed? Yeah, it's going to San Diego. So, yeah, that's Malabar. Again, if you want to get your feet wet, if you want to get into doing switching and local work, perfect place to come learn it. Right here in Malabar, it's off of the main. Over here,
I don't know if they're coming with us, but they started walking with
the BNSF, Hobart, LAC is there on the right side. The one over to the left side here is UP, LA, Intermodal Yard. And all this mess is just Los Angeles, UP, and BNSF mismatch. You even got Amtrak. Right here is the big Amtrak station. And then all the intermodal barebacks for LAC. You have to take over the bridge if you want to build trains over there. So let me get back here to my train and let's see where it is. Coming down the patch, and so I will I'll bring it back, but yeah, highball. So that's going to do it for me today from Bernardino sub on the Mateo community server. I will be back next Sunday, same time. We started at 3 p.m. on the left coast. That is 6 p.m. over on the east. And on Twitch, I'm doing crazy stuff on Twitch. Wednesday nights at 5 p.m. on the west coast or the left coast. So come see me there, twitch.tv/KungfuBeer. And we're here at the Mateo Community Server to help you out. We got the next check ride will be August 2nd. Open check rides for those interested. Make sure you follow the rules, create an application, all that. Follow the directions, and new players under the Discord, which is down below for the Mateo Community Run 8 server. Failure to do so will mean that you fail the check ride, because that's the first step to do that. So let me see if I can find something en route that we can watch. We got this guy. This guy's going to be going through Riverside here. Let's get in front of him. Right here, that's the streeter thing that they need to fix still. I'm going to turn off all these, and we'll see you guys next time. I'm going to let this train go by for rail fans. We'll see you soon.